My name is Amy Allen. I'm a teen Beachbody coach, and this is my first YouTube video. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce you all to me and tell you my story of how I came to start using Beachbody products and how they have changed my life. So, about a year ago, I was pregnant with my third child. Very excited, but also I knew as soon as he was born, I wanted to get that weight off and be back to my pre-pregnancy size. I imagine that's the way a lot of people's stories start out. You know, they have that baby weight, they want to get it off. So I was just your normal mom, ready to get back to normal. I ordered TurboFire and Shakeology from my coach, Tara Carr. I had seen her posting so many times about her amazing results with TurboFire and with Shakeology, and I thought, I can do this 90 days, get back to where I am, and go back to, my normal eating habits and just back to what my life had been previously. But all of that changed because when my son was about 2 months old, I noticed a lump in my neck, and you can't see it now because it's been removed, but I ended up going to a doctor and then another doctor, and finally they did a biopsy and found out that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I was 28 years old and diagnosed with cancer. I had a brand new 3-month-old baby now and 2 other kids, age 8 and age 2, and I homeschool our oldest daughter. So it was a really hard place to be, to think, I'm only 28, I have 3 kids, they need me, what's going to happen to me? And I got an oncologist who was really fabulous, and what they told me is that for the next 6 months I would be going through chemotherapy. First they would do surgery to remove this lump. They ended up taking out about a golf ball size. They biopsied it again, confirmed that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma. I went in for a PET scan. They found 4 additional spots as well as that were substantial, as well as many, many small spots in my body. And I was told that I was going to need to go through 6 months of chemotherapy. And during those 6 months, I needed to do my best to maintain my weight, not to gain weight and not to lose weight. It's best for your body to just stay the size that you are. So for the last 6 months, that was my goal. And I thought, what I should do is I can't obviously start TurboFire now. My doctor told me don't lose weight. But I have Shakeology. And Shakeology, I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but it is amazing. It has over 70 superfoods in it. It has all of your vitamins and minerals. If you're drinking it, you don't need to take a vitamin. So I told myself every day for the next 6 months, I'm going to drink my Shakeology. I'm not going to use it as a meal replacement. I'm just going to add it in extra to my diet. But then if I don't eat anything else that day, because sometimes chemo has, horrible side effects. It makes you feel nauseous. It makes you feel miserable. If I don't get anything else in my body, at least I know if I'm getting my Shakeology, then I will have all of the nutrients I need to be healthy. So that's what I did. In April, I finished my 6 months of chemotherapy. I maintained exactly the same weight throughout. Every time I went to the doctor, exactly the same weight. And afterwards, I decided, okay, you know what? Now I'm done with chemo. I'm ready to start losing weight. And I did start my TurboFire, and now I'm doing great. I had a PET scan last week, and it came back completely clear. My cancer is 100% gone. But the way that Beachbody has changed my life is prior to this, I was a junk food junkie. I ate whatever I wanted. I have a pretty high metabolism, so I wasn't extremely overweight, but I wasn't worried about what I was eating. I wasn't worried about exercising. I wasn't worried about, taking care of my body. And then when you have a major disease like cancer, something like that, it really changes the way you think. We don't know what causes cancer. Nobody can tell me why I got Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I decided that it was going to be my goal to do everything in my power to to not have it again. And you know it might come back because, like I said, nobody knows what causes it. But if it does, I'm going to know that it wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything that caused it. So with that said, I am in the process of cutting out processed foods from my diet completely. I am still drinking my Shakeology every day. I will be drinking it every day for the rest of my life. While I had cancer, before I started chemotherapy, I started doing some research about natural cancer-fighting techniques. I found about 6 or 7 ingredients that people seem to think can cure cancer or heal cancer. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. There's no scientific evidence that that's true. But I will tell you all 6 or 7 of those ingredients, I can't even remember what they are now, but all of them are in Shakeology. And for that reason, I will be drinking it every day for the rest of my life. I have started exercising. I do my turbo every day except for Wednesday. That's my rest day. I joined the Y. I've been going there and working out. It's been a huge change in my life. And it's really amazing. I feel better than I have in years. Despite the fact that I finished chemo 6 weeks ago, I feel healthier now than I have in so many years. I am pretty much at my ideal weight for my body size. I am not tired, and I wanted to share my story because I know there are so many people out there who are going through the same things as me, that were maybe diagnosed with cancer and they're scared and they don't know what to do. And I thought, if I can share my story with somebody and it helps somebody, then that would be amazing. And to all of you who are going through chemotherapy, I would really recommend that you think about Shakeology. Look into it. Go to my website, getfitbb.com, and check it out because not as a meal replacement, but as a nutrition supplement, add it into your diet. I've been wearing a wig for about the last 2 months. As you can see, I don't have that much hair, but I never did lose 100% of my hair. It got extremely thin, and that's why I started wearing the wig. But I totally credit Shakeology for that because the doctors told me all my hair would fall out in 16 days, and I made it through 6 months with still a pretty significant amount of hair. And what's crazy is, as I said, I finished chemo 6 weeks ago, and if you look at my hair, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but you can see where it's growing back, all those little tiny short pieces, and that's 6 weeks worth of growth. And again, I totally attribute that to drinking my Shakeology every day. And when I first was diagnosed, I went to a wig shop to buy myself a wig, and I saw somebody in there, and her hair was about this long, and I started crying because I thought, that's going to be me in a year. And she said, well, I finished chemo back in August. This was November. So in that time, let's see, August, September, October, November, in 4 months, her hair had grown about this month. And in 6 weeks, mine has already grown more than that. And so I think that's pretty incredible and a pretty strong selling point for Shakeology and what it can do for your body. So again, that's my story. And I just wanted to share it with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. Send me an email, amy@getfitbb.com, or look up my website, getfitbb.com. Look me up on Facebook, Amy Elizabeth Allen. And I would love to talk to you about this, especially if you are going through cancer, if you are going through chemotherapy, if you have Hodgkin's lymphoma. Send me a message. Let me help encourage you through this journey because I've been there, and it's hard, but you can get through it. So thank you for your time.